I know I'm not the only one who sometimes gets stuck on what to make for dinner, so if you struggle with that sometimes too, then you've come to the right place. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Lex, and today I'm coming to you with another round of 5 family-friendly dinner ideas. This is things I made for my family this week and everybody loved. The first thing I made for dinner this week was a creamy lemon Parmesan chicken. This one was really good and really easy. The first thing I did was take some chicken breasts and I thinned them out, and then I went ahead and just seasoned them up. I warmed up a skillet with a little avocado oil and butter, and I just went ahead and seared the chicken on both sides just for a few minutes. You don't want to cook it all the way through because this will continue cooking in the sauce. You just want to get a nice color on it. Once the chicken is done, you want to go ahead and use that same pan to make the sauce. Just some butter, garlic, chicken broth, heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, and the juice of half a lemon. I also seasoned this with a little salt, pepper, parsley, and a lemon butter garlic seasoning that I have. And I also did a little bit of cayenne pepper just for a nice kick. Then you want to throw your chicken back into that sauce and just let it simmer for another 15 minutes or so till the chicken's cooked all the way through. And I served this with rice and broccoli, and it was delicious. The next night we had ground turkey teriyaki. This is a good one because this one is really easy and it's really customizable. You could use any ground protein that you like, and you could leave out the sriracha if you don't want it spicy. If you have small kids like I do, I did about a tablespoon's worth of sriracha, and I felt like that was plenty to where it had a nice kick to it, but the kids were still able to eat it. And one of the side dishes that I made to go with this was a Korean style sesame broccoli. This is one of my favorite ways to eat broccoli, and it is generally served cold, so I did prep this ahead of time. So once that was nice and prepped and in the fridge, I went ahead and started browning my ground turkey, which I kept the seasonings pretty simple because all that flavor was going to be coming from the sauce that I made. The last step is just to combine the sauce with the ground turkey and just let it simmer until the sauce thickens up some. I served it with that broccoli and some rice, of course. The next dinner was a fun one. My son had been asking me to make Taco Bell style burritos, so that is exactly what I did. I made myself a taco bowl, but for my kids, I did sort of like a copycat recipe of a beefy 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell. So the first thing I did was prep my ground beef, and then I also made some refried beans. I'm not a fan of canned refried beans, so this right here is my little hack to some really good refried beans at home without having to deal with dried beans. Once the beans were done, I went ahead and assembled the burritos. The only thing that doesn't make this a beefy 5-layer burrito is nacho cheese sauce, but I felt like having shredded cheese was plenty. So I did a layer of the refried beans, the ground beef, shredded cheese, and sour cream. And then I just went ahead and rolled it up and served it to them with avocado and some tortilla chips and queso. They honestly were really good, and my son said they tasted better than Taco Bell. Here's my little taco bowl that I made for myself. I used everything that I used in the burritos, just a base of cilantro lime rice and some hot sauce on top. The next night we had a classic steak and loaded baked potato dinner. Nothing gets better than this. I baked the potatoes in the oven and we cooked the steaks on my Ninja Sizzle. These are dry aged ribeyes and they were delicious. The last meal that I made this week was homemade creamy miso ramen. My kids could eat ramen every single day if I let them. So I love to make it homemade because it's just so much more delicious. And even when you get it for takeout, it's really expensive. So I just prefer to make it at home. The first thing I did was prep my eggs. We do not like these runny, so I did cook them all the way through, and they are completely hard-boiled. For the broth, I just do a base of chicken broth, and then I do some minced onion, some garlic, some ginger. I also add some miso paste, a little bit of sugar, and then I finish it off with some half and half to make it creamy and a little bit of chili oil. While I was working on the broth, my husband prepped some teriyaki short ribs. These were incredible and they went so well with the ramen. I just use packaged ramen from the store. I find these at Whole Foods and they are honestly the best. And my favorite thing about ramen, the toppings. I topped mine with some slices of that teriyaki short rib, the hard-boiled egg, and I also made some roasted buttered corn, and then of course a bunch of green onions and chili oil. This meal was the perfect way to end the week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you get some dinner inspiration from this video, and I will be back next week with more, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.